if you don't expect me to do it, you shouldn't be doing it. If you don't expect me to say it, you shouldn't be saying it. If you don't expect me to go there, you shouldn't go there. Because you have influence. When I preached at Day Springs, that y'all that came over to Day Springs with me, it was sometime, I think it was in January, and I shared that there was a guy that was there, and back when I had come out of the world, I came out in '94, and I came out. I wasn't touching no stuff that I had been involved with. I had to get a whole new life. Dr. Edwards, she was a part of that group that was a part of my new life, because I didn't know any friends that had a relationship with God. And there was a moment after being gone for about 2 years, 2 or 3 years, 3 years, I decided, you know what? I'm going to go back. And my frat, we had this thing called Kappa Week. So I'm going to go back and hang out, because it's not them that's the problem. I just didn't need to be in that setting, but God done raised me up. I'm strong now. So I went to the little picnic. The picnic was cool. That was cool. I took my family. And then that night, no, I didn't take my family. No, I didn't take my family. No, I ain't take y'all. No. I just went. That was another picnic later. I ain't take y'all to that one. No. But I went to the little picnic they had. Then that night, I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to the club, but I just ain't gonna, do what I used to do. And y'all know that hotel where Williston Road and 13th Street is a residence thing. So them hotels look like apartments. And so went to go meet with some old brothers from back in the early 80s and hang out with them until we went over to the club. Y'all remember that second Skeeters on University? Used to be Skeeters. And then after Skeeters closed down, it turned into a club. Yeah. And so and so that's where it was gonna be at. But we went over to Residence Inn, just kind of hang out before we went there. And so all of them knew that I was a minister. And so when we went in the apartment, when it was time to go and smoke that stuff, well, all them did. I'm talking about it's like 30 people in there. All them went in the bathroom because they didn't want to smoke around me. They wanted to be respectful to me. And so now I'm sitting out in the living room by myself. They all in the bathroom. And so I'm like, what's this right here? I mean, it is respectful, but something telling me, Ron, you really don't need to be here. You trying to force something that don't need to happen. And so went through that, and so they all come out, and they ready for it. And so everybody headed to the party. So we get over to the club, and so I sit to the back because I'm different. I'm different. I sit to the back, and I'm sitting in the back, and all them, they up to the front. I'm sitting in the back. And so throughout the night, it's like some kind of way they had a signal or something. Somebody will come back and talk to me and be hanging out with me. What's up, man? And then when they leave, somebody else will come, and for like 2 hours, they kept sending somebody back to talk to me. And I said, you know what? I don't think I'm supposed to be here. I'm messing up their night. I'm doing their high. They trying to, make sure I keep almost saying my nickname, but I don't want y'all to know that right there, because they trying to make sure I'm straight. And I'm like, you know what? I ain't supposed to be here, and I left. Well, later on that week, we were in a choir called New Covenant Worship Choir, and somebody came to me that was in the choir and said, Minister Rawls, it really hurt me when I saw you at the club. And so in my spirit, I'm like, well, you was there? Why you hurting? You was there too. And but God showed me. God said, Ron, they need to see different from your life. You represent me. And can I tell y'all, it's a world out there that's looking at us. They waiting to see what we gonna do when the heat comes, when the temptation comes. They looking to see if we truly, they heard you shout when the preacher preached that song, they not like us. But they waiting to see if you really are like them.